So to add proper context to the title, I'm going to start the video off like this. So we have a drum kit here. All right, so that is the default. So if I want to make a drum kit, all I have to do is this right here. Boom. And let's hear it now. Just that simple. Crazy. What is going on, guys? We are back at it yet again, and I got another plugin that is very, very unique. It is very forward thinking. It's going to help us channel in that 2020 energy, and it's called DrumComputer. It is a very forward thinking tool because now you can get drum kits that don't sound exactly like some other drum kit that you can get off of Reddit. Yes, I went there, and I'm using it for that case. And a lot of you guys love SugarBytes, and they are a company that are behind such plugins such as Effectrix, Artillery, Cyclops, Looperator, and then some. And I'm hoping, and I really hope, that they have an iOS version of DrumComputer in the future. I know I'm just already getting into the end talk here, but leave a comment below because I definitely want to hear from you guys. Let me know how you feel. So the link will be in the description box if you're interested in DrumComputer. I have made a drum kit using DrumComputer to some capacity, as well as my other gear that I have. It is called Kill Bill Volume 3. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on it. It should be out by the time you see this video anyway, so let's go ahead and hear an example of what I've done. And I'm using DrumComputer as well, as you can see. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play some of the examples of the sounds that I made for the Kill Bill Volume 3. I did that in DrumComputer. That in DrumComputer. So this is like the perks, some of the snares that I've done. Hey. Hey. So you can do rim shots too. So I just wanted to show you some of the preview of that. I know you probably can't hear the drums or so. If you can't, that's intended because I know people are going to just rip this video. I know how you guys rock. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start a new project here. I'm gonna go ahead and save what I got for that because that will be a demo, one of the many demos, and I do have like other stuff with this drum kit. But anyways, getting into making drum kits with DrumComputer, it's a really simple process here. I mean, again, like I showed you at the beginning of the video, is that you can do a lot of forward thinking drums, and that will help a lot with music in 2020 because why are we still sounding like we're in 2014? So yeah, so with that we have the default drum kit, which I'm going to go ahead and sync it to FL Studio. Yeah, it is a little CPU intensive. You can see we're already at like 20 or so, but that's forgivable given that all the stuff you could do. Again, I can press the make kit button, which is the random button, and it will use artificial intelligence to make another drum kit. I know a lot of you guys are like, man, so you can't play out the drums? Yes, you can. So, and what you'll notice here is that you have different categories here. You have kick drum, and you can get rid of the roll by clicking on this part right here. That will get rid of the roll. And you have like your snare, which is important because I know a lot of you guys want to have snares. And you can also, if you don't want to make a random whole entire kit and you just want to try and make a random snare, you can, even though that snare sounds damn good. God. You can just press this button right here and it'll randomly make another snare for you. And you also have hats too. You can random those by themselves. Oh man, that actually makes for a good snare too. Claps, because I know a lot of you guys like claps. And again, you can randomize that. You also have percussion. I'm not gonna go and randomize that, but I'm just gonna keep it moving here. You have, of course, open hat, or a cymbal rather, and you have like a random synth sound. And you also have this right here, which is just a random altogether. So it can be a mixture of a whole bunch of elements. If you click on where it has the random area, you can actually set it to a certain parameter that you want. So if you want to have like 2 different kicks or something like that, you can. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm trying to do as much as possible without having so much time taken, is go into some of the interface itself so you can get the inner workings of this. The inner workings of it is pretty simple, but it's also kind of complicated, even complicated for me. So I'm on the snare track here, and I'm gonna go and talk about the resonator. So what the resonator does is it takes a feeding source and it feeds the resonance of a filter so that you can make a different tone. And it's also depicted on different things too as well, because everything is in this category. You have pitch, where you can change the pitch of it. Let me get rid of some of that resonance though. You can change the level of it. So if you do have it, if you want it ringing at a certain level, you can do that. You can choose to feed it into the filter over here if you want. And you can take it out. This is good with building like different bodies. You can mess with the partial and the tone, pitch modification, which is one of his many different mod matrix. So you can play with different noises here, and you can mess with the decay too. So. And it's all dependent on this right here. So you can have that. You can have a really good snare in seconds. You have a wavetable area, which is very interesting. And you already know that one thing SugarBytes does very well is doing wavetables. And you have different things you can do. You can import a custom wavetable. I was about to say specific, but you can do different wavetables, and you can import it. You cannot drag and drop it in there. You would have to go to import and then find a file and then pull it in there. So if I was to pull in like Brute Drum or something like that, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Good thing it didn't crash or anything like that. Not that I haven't seen it crash. That's one thing it doesn't do. You can also do pitch and mod on that. Another thing that I do want to backwalk on is that you can change the different sources that you pull your pitch and modifications for. This is a very complex tool, and as you can see, if you choose like wavetable, you can get a whole bunch of stuff in here. You can also choose the FM, the wavetable. I don't know what it's towards, if it's towards the recent engine that is doing a carrier modulation type thing, but it exists. You also can change the different envelopes that you have here. It does help with the snap. You can have the soft, which is more traditional for like snares. So if you want to make a snare that way, you can, or you can change it to like hold, which does change the tone of it. And you also can change it to like a natural and etc. etc. I'm not trying to go ahead of everything, but I just want to kind of break this down because this video would be longer. So you can have a caveat. Here I go with caveat. A myriad amount of sounds that you get to play with. But you can choose from different snares. You have your typical 808 snare, which doesn't sound like that 808 snare. that you're used to. You also can go up here, and if you don't like the resonator, you can turn it off until you have something that you want. You can turn off the wavetable too as well, doing that. And you can also add decay. The thing that really makes this special is that this doesn't sound like all the other drum machines out here, you know, and that's one thing you have to keep in mind. But moving forward from there, of course, you have pinch and mod decay again. You also have these special areas right here where you can choose the modulation speed. You can choose to either, I believe if you turn this off, this has like one shots, which will make it sound more traditional. And you can choose the speed, have it loop. You can see it loop up here, the wavetable loop at least. And you also can change the speed to, if you have it on this right here, if you have it on the note, that means that it is synced to your BPM. If you turn it off, that means it is synced to Hertz mode. So it's more free running. You also notice that there is going a little further down that you can control like the room size or like a different kind of reverb. And you have different adjustments like tail size, so you can make the size of it. One thing I should have showed you up front is that you have a different kit too as well. You have kits. This kit mode right here allows you to mess with like the pitch. If you want to just mess with the pitch of the overall project, you can, so that way you can get tighter snares and you don't have to mess with so much different things while you're making drum sounds. You also have different things that you could choose from as far as the amount. You can have pumpy, attacky drums, which gives you a sharper attack. And you can change the amount, you can change the warmth of it. You can also have these different algorithms. I forget the names of them, but you have like real tape, so you, I guess, like a lo-fi tube, and I don't know what yin and yang, the yin and yang sign means. I can't remember. But you also have choke groups too as well, so you can set it up where if you want the snare to cut off like the cymbal or something like that, or whatever you choose, you can do that as well. You can assign them right here. You only have 2 choke groups, unfortunately, but that's cool. That's fine. It's already loaded as it is. You can choose to turn off the effects too as well, which is really dope. And I'm telling you, bro, you can get some drum kits done really fast. I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask, like, how do you get your drums out of here? Does it export the drums? Well, no, unfortunately not. But you can do that. You can capture it in FL Studio. Just press F9, which will bring up your mixer, and just go to your master right here. Shift E, which will bring up Edison. Then you just click off that, and then make sure that you're not linked to this player right here, unless you want to make drum loops in here, which is dope. Also, just go over here to input, like press record now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and this does help too. Just detach so you can see Edison and see if you're doing your one shots correctly. And then boom. And then here you go. You got your snare. So let's hear the snare. I'm going to go ahead and just trim all this extra dead space in between that snare. And that's the snare. Right there. The snare is right there. The snare is right there. And then just make it 16-bit so it won't have any problems with anybody else's snare or drums in there. Boom, boom, boom. And then just save. Just save to a folder. Just make a folder or something. I don't know. Make it on your desktop. Make it inside FL. Just make a folder. New folder. You know, just title it properly. Boom, boom, boom. Drum kit. Boom, drum kit. Boom, drum kit. Go get inside there. You know, name it something. Do this. I'm just gonna go ahead and put drum. Then snare, and then underscore rim, because that is a dope rim shot. Boom, and then you got your rim shot there. So yeah, easy. tutorial. Hey. And I just want to make it important that I show you all this stuff, even though this video is named in seconds and all that. But I'm pretty sure that you guys understand here. So tell me how you feel about this plugin. Man, do I feel really good about this plugin. And the main reason why I feel good about it is because they don't have an iOS version of it yet. And I'm really hoping that they do drop one very soon. That is a con, I guess, but I'm going to talk to the guys over there at SugarBytes to see if they're having any plans of giving an iOS version of this, because that would just take this plugin to another level. But this plugin, again, is very forward thinking, that the fact that you can actually make some drums that don't sound the same. I mean, who isn't tired of having the same sounding ass drums on their songs? So this is really good. That's really going to clear up an issue that is I think is an issue in music right now, is that percussion sounds the same. So the cons of it is a little CPU heavy, but that's something I could kind of overlook because of all the things that I showed you in this video, different tactics that you can use. And also that it runs a little weird. It's a little buggy in FL Studio, at least FL Studio 20.6, which is a new update by FL Studio. I know in the future they might fix that. And this is the first iteration of DrumComputer, so it has a bright future, as it is already in the future as it is right now. So do I give this the stamp of approval? Come on, bruh. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah.